So hello and welcome again to another video on Shopify fundamentals to take the certification exam. So Shopify have several models, and right now I'm looking at the model 2, the introduction to cross-border selling, and how this model talks about e-commerce or cross-border selling are e-commerce without borders. So merchants who wants to sell whatever their buyers happen to be, in this case in global markets, now it makes them competitive and competent when it comes to build their brand in those new markets, so to boost brand awareness as well as trust, which that will increase sales uh, and user retention and conversions by offering them a localized experience, meaning buyers in any markets uh, or the buyer's expectation in any markets are different. So any buyer wants to shop in their own language, using their own currency, with the preferred payment methods. So by offering this localized experience, you not only make a sustainable business, which is one, but also the flexibility that this gives you, because if you can now move your operations when something's wrong happen to your business, and you may wonder why. Well, because going international comes with a couple of challenge: managing compliance like tax, uh, regulations, language, and currency. So policy can change. Uh, a policy change, currency fluctuates, and also you need to navigate fraud. So this kind of things makes entry into new markets slow and expensive. So managing complaints is one of the challenge, and the other is that you need to provide a tailored buying experience to these buyers. Otherwise, your business will suffer, and especially because right now we are talking the e-commerce industry. So shipping, uh, international shippings, and negotiate affordable international rates. Shipping is expensive without using volumes, and more expensive and more difficult if you want to do express shipping. So despite all of this, so the benefit and the challenge, Shopify say, hey, you know what, merchants, you can go with this two particular approach that I provide you. So you can choose the single store approach, right? So using something called Shopify Markets, where now you can is provide multi-language, multi-currency to your customers, or the other is the a multiple store, right? Multi-store approach, right? For those merchants or mature business that are well established and they need to provide a tailored buying experience for those customers in their markets. So the first approach, the single store, the Shopify merchants provide you a suite of cross-border selling tools, so merchants can start to sell globally from one single admin. This is one of the benefits of using Shopify Markets. Okay, so here, as a merchant, you can now build a customized uh, buying experience to those international sellers, making you to increase uh, trust, boost sales and revenue, and also over time increase the conversion, Jesus, increase the retention and conversion rates, right? The customer retention and conversion rates. So with this, right, uh, the way how you can do that is by creating markets in that particular option here. So if we take a look at the settings here, the settings here. So on the settings in your Shopify admin panel, right, on markets, you can now create is your primary markets or your domestic markets. So where your primary source of revenue are coming from. Okay, uh, and this can be, as I mentioned, your domestic market or not. It can be other markets. Okay? Other markets where you want to offer your good and service. So you now tailor a buying experience to those markets. So people in those or buyers in those international markets uh, feels feels the familiarity by looking at your website and express their pricings and taxes in the at their own currency using their own language. So this is something great and this also build trust in it. And the other is market that you don't sell. Okay, so what are the settings that you can configure in the Shopify market, right? Especially to create this unique buying experience per regions or group of country, right? So you can customize the prices and currency. So if you're using, for example, Shopify payments, uh, automatically will convert the prices to a to the current uh, market to the current to the current currency market exchange. So that's one. All right. Uh, Also, you can use customize your domains, your language, uh, your so this is where things started to memorize that. This is when I started to memorize all of this kind of thing. And the question is like, why do you need to memorize? Okay, because well, this is are the specific knobs that you need to configure. Okay, these are the specific knobs that you need that you can configure in the Shopify market. All right, that makes sense. So, broadly speaking, is domain and SEO, um, pricings, prices and currency, language, as well as uh, taxes and duties, and asset payments. So, with this, and if you now want to know how to go beyond your, uh, if you want to know how you can go beyond uh, using this tool, well, you can now enhance the experience with additional apps like uh, translate and adapt, okay, which allow you to translate your content manually or automatically. And the other is the geolocation, meaning is that it will show the customer uh, this. It will show the domain recommendation or the proper domain recommendation, meaning meaning it will make uh, so it will show is the proper, how do you say that, It will show the proper, or it will, yeah, it will show a region recommendation. That's the word I want to look at. So it will show the region recommendation based on the user's preference, based on the user browser's preference. So this is what it means, this Shopify features. So that's great. That's great. So knowing now how Shopify markets, so no understanding what Shopify market is, what it does, why you can create markets based on this unique buying experience you want to uh, build for international sellers to first start to get into this new market, make uh, for brand awareness, build trust, increase sales and revenues uh, as you increase the customer customer retention and conversion rates. So you turn your business, so you can make a sustainable business and flexible as well. So if you need to move your operations, you can do that. Do the policy that might change, or currency fluctuations. Perhaps you're now navigating, or you are assuming a risk or fraud. So yeah. So creating this unique buying experience and the several settings that Shopify markets allow you to customize this, which is the language and currency and pricing, so language, SEO, and domain, as well as product catalog, checkout, meaning the taxes and duties. Okay, so taxes and duties, taxes and duties. So in the checkout, now customer can see what will be the end price to pay for. Okay, so taxes and duties, language, pricings and currencies, asset or preferred payment methods, and domains. Basically, these five things. This is what you can customize in here, right? So meaning this is once you get into this new market, that's right. So language on domains, so product and pricings, duties and import taxes or duties and taxes, payments, accepted payments, uh, and currency. So currency and license, so currency and pricings, SEO and domains, SEO and domains. So currency and practice. So currency and pricings, SEO domains, currency and practice. So currency. So currency, product and prices. So pricings and currency, because here's when you define this: pricing and currency, language and domains, SEO, accepted payment methods, taxes and duties, mhm, taxes and duties. Well, it's like language and domains, product and prices, duties, payments and taxes. It is interesting because once I look at this, it's like that. It's like currency and prices like this. Okay, so currency and prices, language and domains, uh, currency and prices, language and domains, accepting payment methods, also shipping, accepted payment methods. Uh, why did I get this? Because it's intertwined. They have that intertwined. Currency and prices. They have that intertwined here. So currency and prices, language and domain. So they mix that. You know. Okay, currency and prices, language, domain and SEO, accepted payment methods, and tax and duty. So this is the things that you can configure once you create a market to create this unique buying experience for customers in a region or a group of country, right? So great. This is great. Awesome. Interesting. And well, what the tools that you can use to extend your reach and expand your promotions and products is by going with certain applications that Shopify provides. So, like for example, like translation and adapt. Okay, so you can now translate your content manually or automatically, or you can use another application which is geolocation, which recommends the right region for your customers, right? So okay, this is great. This is awesome. Now, when it comes to the multiple store approach here, so if a business require additional flexibility and customization for their international selling strategy, very very important. There's several concepts here: international selling strategy, flexibility, and customization. Okay, so if a business require additional customization and flexibility for their international selling strategy, multiple store is the way to go. And Shopify Plus offer up to 9 additional store for merchants here, for merchants to choose this approach. Exactly. So they can go with. An additional store are called expansion store. So the TLDR here with Shopify Market is an approach of an, an approach of cross-border selling, an approach of cross-border selling. Merchants can sell their so merchants can customize. Okay, so this Shopify Market is the Shopify Market is a so the Shopify Market is a Shopify Market is an approach of cross-border selling. Okay, so Shopify Market is an approach of cross-border selling. So merchants can customize their uh, so so merchants can customize the international buying experience for these people based on their region. Okay, to over time build trust, increase sales and revenue, as well. So increase sales and revenue. So increase sales, revenue, customer retention, and over time customer conversion, based on successful transaction, meaning trust. So this is something very very interesting and important to get with, right? So you can pick with. And I think that this is very, very powerful the way you can do this. All right. By summarizing this. So this is Shopify marketing. How you can apply that? So, for example, if you want to sell your own courses, okay, now by building this unique buying experience for your audience, will help you not only to build brand awareness, uh, as well as increase sales, revenue, customer retention, and over time customer conversions, but based on successful transactions here. So successful transaction here in the e-commerce sphere is that the customer actually received what was ordered. Okay, when it comes now to the digital assets, is that the person not only receives that digital asset, but also is able to put that work. So, for example, if a person is buying a book or a course, you must put at practice what you have learned. It's up to it's like that. If you don't correct yourself, or if you don't refine that process, well, you're most likely to repeating yourself. It's better to not buy that stuff. It's like, why would you buy it? Just to dedicate time to read someone else's ideas, that you haven't put up practice, that you haven't tested them. So, okay. So yeah, so this is about the Shopify markets. Okay, so one approach for cross-border selling. Interesting, interesting. So the other approach is multiple store, and this is for business that need additional customizations and flexibility to that match their international selling strategy. So Shopify, so setting multiple store is the way to go. So Shopify Plus provide up to 9 additional stores that merchants can go with, and also so Shopify Plus offer 9 additional store for merchants to choose this approach, right? Okay, so looking at this. Ba, 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 ba. And also I look at the so something that he mentioned here, the multiple store here. Ba, 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 ba. Your content is loading. What is this? I know, but this isn't. Come on, man. Is this how Shopify support cross-border selling? Okay. How Shopify support cross-border selling? Benefit of Shopify market? Exactly. So benefit of Shopify market. Well, I also look at the benefit of using Shopify market, which improve the customer experience and trust. So by relying on international SEO to attract more visitors to your website and offer them a tailored by experience with their local currency and language. So this allows you to build trust, and also you can now customize several storefront for your different audience. Let's say you want to sell uh, footwear, well, so kids, women, and men, that also allow you to build trust because you have a trustworthy checkout. Meaning, it tells you how much it's going to cost at the end. And the other is for the merchant, now you absorb a lot of cross border selling complexity, so you don't have to worry about it. And this is an old debate on security versus freedom, right? Uh, But in any case, so you don't have to worry about that because Shopify abstract that complexity for you and also provide you tools to manage risk and liabilities, as well as you can now control your market and performance from one single admin. So the merchants here, or the multiple store approach here is this. So this approach gives merchants a lot of control and intentionally over how they build their business to sell in different markets. You know exactly. So this approach gives merchants multiple. So this approach, give merchants the ability. So this approach gives merchants more control on how they build their business to sell in different markets. Exactly. So this approach gives merchants more control about how they like this. So this approach gives merchants more control about how right. So this approach gives merchants more control about how they mm, so yeah, this approach gives merchants more control about uh, how they sell in yeah how they sell yeah how they build their business, how they selling or how they build business in international or in other markets, or to sell in different markets, in international markets or on international markets. Here we're looking is at the copywriting topic. So this approach gives merchants more control about how they build business. Okay. So this approach gives merchants more control about how they build business in different markets. The multi-store approach. So operate separate product catalog. For example, these are very important example here. So for example, operate separate product catalog that only offer inventory to a specific region, or offering because there's a lot of jargon in there. Okay, so offering separate product based on their region. Okay, or based so offering separate products to a specific region, to a specific regions. Okay, so offering separate product to a specific region is one of them. Located and translate themes that are hyper personalized to a region. This is another example. So you offer a separate product for specific regions or group of countries, okay, uh, or building themes, or build located and translated themes. Okay, build exactly. Building located and exactly build located and themes that are hyper exactly. So build located and themes that are highly or that I high or that I hyper customize. So build located and themes that are highly customized or that are highly personalize, personalize to a region, to a region. But after all, is this, or you're offering separate products to a specific region, or you're building, or you're building themes, or you're building located in, and you're building localized, exactly, and you're building localized themes, which is here. So you offering separate, and this is something very interesting because this example is used is this kind of verb operate. It's a fact. It's not a future action. It's an offering. Exactly. It's a fact here. Okay. So operate, interesting. Even though the way how this copywriting works is like, for example, operate separate products. Operate and yeah. So operate a separate product catalog to a specific region, and the other is build lo- sorry build localized themes that are hyper personalized to a region. Okay, not that hard. However, this approach also comes with challenge. Very, very important. However, this approach comes with challenge. And the challenge is that, well, first, you need to sync your product manually. Exactly. So if inventory is shared between market, quantities need to be kept in sync across store. So you just need to synchronize quantities. You need to synchronize uh, quantities if inventory is shared between market. If inventory is shared, exactly, if inventory is shared in if inventory is shared in multiple markets, you need to sync, or you need to sync you need to sync quantities across, exactly, if inventory is shared in multiple markets, you need to sync quantity across stores. You know, you have to do this manual process, manual quantity update you share if your inventory is shared in multiple, exactly, is shared in multiple markets or between markets. Okay, between markets. Interesting. So if inventory is shared between markets, you need to sync quantities across store. All right. So if inventory is shared between markets, exactly. So if inventory is shared between markets, You need to sync quantities across stores. That's one. If you need to update content in one theme, that change has to happen manually in every store. So manual, because they start here. Manual updates in themes for every store. It's interesting. They use if, okay, they use if as a way to not be so hard with them. They use conditions here as a way to not be hard with themselves. So if inventory, so share inventory, share inventory between markets, share in share inventory between markets needs to sync need need needs to be synced across store. So share inventory between markets needs to sync quantities across store, make it manual. The other is manual update in things, manual updates in things for every store. And the other is app need to be installed and pay for individual in each stores. And apps need to be installed and needs to be installed exactly and paid for for every for every store. So app needs to be installed and paid individually for every store. So this is the challenge here when it comes to the multiple store approach. Okay. So for example, as well as the challenge. All right. Okay. Cool. 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 So what's next? A multi-store setup is a valid way for merchants to run their international strategy. In particular, brands who run market business with dedicated operational teams, which is exactly here. So if you have a dedicated operational team or have distinct legal entities, we want to use a multi-store approach to keep operations separate. So right now, here we have this lesson three, comparing the options. Okay. Hey, okay. Comparing the options. Yeah, I think this is very, very interesting and powerful, comparing the options. Okay. But, so that'll be all for this video. When it comes to the multiple store, so just to recap here about the multiple store before end this video. So is this. The thing here, right? So with multiple stores, merchants, if they need additional features, flexibility that match their international selling strategy, multiple stores is the way to go. Okay? Why? You may wonder. Well, because it allows you to operate different product catalog for specific regions, as well as build localized, or as well as build and translate themes, which is this, build localized and translate. Okay, so build located, build located, build locate, local, build locale. So build local, build localize and translate themes, which is this. So build localize and translate themes that are hyper personalized per region, or that are highly personalized to a store. Because after all, this is if you have, so imagine that you are a well-established business. Okay, so I have all of these different markets that I can promote my and I can promote and sell my products. So what I can do here, well, basically, is now to using the multiple store approach. Okay, which if I as a business, this established or mature business, I need to have more flexibility and customizations based on my international selling strategy. So what I need here is, well, going with this approach, which is allow me to have or allow business to have different products here. Allow me to have a product catalog for a specific region, okay, as well as uh, build a localized and translate a theme that is hyper personalized for that region, you know. So this is the two benefit you can use, especially if you are an established or a mature business. Uh, but it comes with some trade-off. So inventory share between markets needs to be synced per store manually, and the other is uh, manual updates in themes is required for every store, and uh, exactly, so manual updates in themes for every store. So not only themes but also applications. So application need to be installed and needs to be installed and pay individually for each store. So this, of course, will increase your budget. But if you are a mature business where you can allocate resources and specialize or a dedicated team for those markets, that is a good strategy for that. Okay, okay, okay. That is a good strategy, by the way. That is a good strategy. Okay, interesting, interesting. So with that, now that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye bye.